Oh, we need a little bit more energy than that. Can everyone hear me out there? All right, there we go. I'm a little tall, so I'm just going to adjust this just a little bit. And while I'm getting this together, could we just have a round of applause for Leandra and all the fantastic work she does? I was very honored to receive a message from her, and I was a little late getting back to her, but she reached out and said that she really wanted to have some Indigenous representation here, and I don't know if there's been any other Indigenous representatives here today? Any in the audience right now? I know a lot of them are down in D.C. right now with the Indigenous Peoples March, and I believe there's one in Boston and stuff like that. So definitely in solidarity. And if anyone is familiar with Indigenous culture traditionally, and I do consider myself to be a traditional Indian, as the term goes, women have always been held in very high regard, very respected, in positions of power, and that was the norm for our people. When we look at kind of what's going on in colonial society today, it's very much out of the norm. And as I've done my own history, understanding kind of how we got to this position, I realized that one of the main threats that the colonists had when they got here was the fact that it was the women who were pretty much running things when they got here, and they didn't like that. You know, they wanted to speak to the chief, but then the chief would turn and tell her, well, hold on, I have to go check with the clan mothers, and they didn't like that. Because, you know, it's a different perspective, and it's not a macho sort of thing, and there's probably some sensible things that are going to be said that if you're a chauvinistic individual, you probably don't even want to hear. So one of the main elements of colonization was to divide the men from the women, to get men to think of themselves as being superior to women, and to get women to buy into this notion that somehow they're inferior, or that they need to accept being treated inferior by men. And that is not how things go. That's not balanced, that's not natural, that's not how things should be, and that's most certainly not how we as traditional Indigenous folks are. So when I got the invitation to be here, was very honored, very excited to be able to come out, and just really honored. I would say that's really the term, honored to be a part of something like this. I'm just going to share a little something that I found very interesting. This was shared by a good friend of mine by the name of Sherry. She's from a fantastic group called FANG, who does fantastic environmental work. A round of applause for FANG and the great work that they do. And she was asking me if I kind of knew about the history of women's rights movements here in the U.S. and how it got started. And I said, well, a little bit, but I'm sure that there's a lot more I could learn. And she shared with me that initially a lot of it got started by women who were kind of a part of the broader U.S. society, looking at the way that Indigenous women were treated in their own communities, in their own societies, and how their voices were respected and how they were treated as equals. And she said that Indigenous women from the very beginning were playing a role in women's rights and women's liberation. So absolutely, when we get the invitation, of course we heed the call. So having done my rambling, what I want to share to you today is two things. First, a healing song. And this is a song that was shared with me by the brother Artie Red Medicine from the Shinnecock and Montaukett Nations out of Long Island. He is a shaman, medicine man as we call him here. And he shared this song for the first time at an anti-bullying rally that we were doing here in Providence. It was one that he came up with, and he gave me permission to sing it. And the name of the song is Red Medicine. It is all vocable, so oftentimes in traditional songs, you'll hear songs, but there won't be any words in them. And that's because the words aren't necessarily the important thing, it's the spirit behind it and the reason that we're singing it. So I'm going to share with you Red Medicine. It is a healing song. What I will ask is that as I go through the song, there'll be a certain point where I'll hit the drum 3 times, and I'm going to ask that we can go face the 4 directions as I do that. So I'd like everyone, if we could start facing to the east, and then you'll hear I'll sing through the song and I'll hit 1, 2, 3. Once I hit the 1, 2, 3, let's everyone turn to the north. Then once I do the 1, 2, 3, let's everyone turn to the west and then to the south, and we'll have done our 4 directions. 4 directions are very important to us in Indigenous culture. And then after that, I'll just share a prayer in the traditional Narragansett language, which I wrote myself. and then I'll be done here. And I do want to say to you all, please, 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 as the speaker before just said, do not ever let anyone silence your voice. Don't let anyone intimidate you, especially in these day and ages with so much craziness going on. This is the most important time to be speaking up, the most important time to be bold, the most important time to be brave, and most importantly, the most important time to be unified and righteous. So we honor you. From the indigenous people of this land, we honor your warrior spirits. We honor your willingness to stand out here in the cold, because it is cold out here today, and to make your voices heard. It's very important. And with that being said, I will share this song. Yahweh, oh, hey, oh, hey, ah, hey, oh. Oh. I know it's a little cold, but I do want to do this traditionally. For all of the men in the audience, if you do have a hat on or a hood and it does not have an eagle feather, I'd ask as you guys say this prayer that you would just remove it for a moment, just out of respect for the traditions and the way that we do things here in this land. And I know that there are all different sorts of religious and spiritual beliefs out here, and we honor them all. That is one of the beautiful things that Creator blessed us with, the opportunity to make choices and choose our paths. So we respect everyone, but I will share the way that we do things around here in my own personal, and I'm going to share this now in the traditional Narragansett language. Katapatosh, Yahweh, Katantuit, Numanituman. Katapatosh, Wichi, Kin Muni. Katapatosh, Wichi, Kinomo, Yeshua. Katapatosh wuchi wami nuwo manituk nutuk swak. Kusota yumo wuchi kin musukin ka kawayantam. Kinita to tupotni. Ninwayan Yahweh katantuit numanituman. Ninwayan wuchi achusuta. Ninwayan wuchi kin uni. Aho. We honor you all. We say Katapatosh to you all. Thank you for standing and making your voices heard. In our language, we say ayotash. It means stand and fight. So ayotash nitampag, stand and fight, friends. Aho.